How you guys doing? This Coach Pittman at Pittman's Pocket here today on an article that I just recently did 2 days ago. It's basically emphasize what would it take for HBCUs to become a league of their own in college football. Basically, we're not really trying to be a league of our own, and we're multi-racial. We're not just black. We have white athletes, we have Asian athletes, we have Spanish athletes, we have all types of ethnical athletes in the HBCU community. So it should never be disregarded of basically of skin complexity of why we're getting less than we should. Okay, so um just being honest, there are a lot of bourgeois brothers and sisters at the HBCU communities and higher administrations need to get their higher ass out of that thing. So that's one of them, and a lot of them are greedy. So that was two. And the third part is that a lot of it has to do with defunding from governments assisting HBC, even NCAA. NCAA make money, and they supposed to shoot money to these programs that help fund and give these programs some type of financial stability to basically reward them or either have them proceed on as far as their student athletics and most definitely building the programs, and it goes to the facilities, the coaches, and a lot of it is not actually being dished out properly. Now, you know, black people don't play about their money now. I think anybody don't play about their money, but we don't play about our money for sure. So I'm gonna be honest. You know, of course, we we've owed we've been owed so much. Just off slavery itself. You know, they supposedly say they gave us some stuff, but it's sad though. After you know segregation, you would think that things would be civilly right. You would think things would be politically correct. You would think ethics would be a vital thing, but it's not. They're all being brainwashed and pushed to the side. Um, a lot of the HBCUs should have been funded properly, even within this past year, even within the past 10 years, even within the past decades to decades to century for some of the programs. And a lot of them never did because of our own government. Okay? Our own government, and there's a lot of people that um, took those factors of economic wealth and economic gains away from HBCUs that actually could produce themselves into probably being predominant programs, at the FBS level. Most definitely. They just recently just did this where the Atlantic Coast Conference and the WAC Coast Conference end up combining itself together to be a D1 league. And, they had at least about four to five, six FCS programs that bumped up out of that into that. So that's the same equality as the HBCU programs. They got six or seven of them in there in major cities. Families in Tallahassee, that's the state capital of Florida. How they're not in that again, how they're not in the conversation. Okay, let's not talk about fam. You only talk about one program. Okay, let's just talk about this right now. Tennessee State just got a hockey program, right? Just got a hockey program, not the HBCU league that but Tennessee State is not in the HBCU league. They're in the OVC. That's how they got it. Now, if they was in the HBCU league, like the MEAC and the SWAC, then we would say, oh yeah, now they finally got an HBCU program with a hockey team. But Tennessee State University left the SWAC and MEAC or left the HBCU program to go to the OVC to have a better opportunity as far as money wise to help them get the conference. And hopefully it might be one of the HBCU programs that can jump up to D1, but still they're not in the HBCU community in the OVC, the Ohio Valley Conference. So they it was able to get a little more push than a regular HBCU school that you would like to see. Be that one program like FAM will have a hockey team. That is an actual black conference that FAM is in, and they actually have a hockey team. But oh, let's not talk about that. The Colonial League got a whole shitload of them. Yale, Howard, all of them. That's a black conference. No, that's a white conference. They have to have this conversation because it has to be perpetuated. Anytime they have to have race into it, it has to be perpetuated. But it don't have to be if you are fully aware of what the hell is being perpetuated. You conscious to know that yes, the MEAC and the SWAC should combine themselves to be a league, and they should have the opportunity to compete with FBS programs, FBS programs as much as they had all the opportunity to compete with FCS programs. Okay, let's not get that sidetracked. And you see to this day, there are kids that are highly rated still have a hard time competing in the SWAC and MEAC, and they know that. All these D1 players that have they've been transferred to the MAC and SWAC. They've been going through all that. It's just they're creating less of opportunities as these kids can't create for themselves to get to the next level. It's just as much as what black people do outside of football and outside of basketball, our normal lives. But again, we are exploited and subjected to different things to why we can't have different things for ourselves, and we are working on everything. We working as one if we can for everything that the next person is having for themselves as one. So it should multitude itself as much as y'all just recently did that whole damn league in the West Coast. You multitude more than one fucking program to go D1. You could have did the same thing with the HBCU programs. As much economic stability that just recently happened over the past 3 to 4 years in the HBCU community, and TV airs, you tell me that not even one of those programs should have been submitted up to one of the expansion opportunities for the next couple of years, because every 2 years or 3 years, y'all always doing it. NCAA or these government always expanding new programs, or either the old programs finally coming up to new economic progress. But you're not doing that. It's the government, okay? It's the government and it's the people that are not allowing these things to exist itself, and we all are trying to get this correct. The government are not doing the right thing because it has to be knocked down. This is progression for black people. And I'm sorry to say, they don't want that in this country. Still, I don't give a damn if Martin Luther King have said this dream and all that. They're not going to have that. There are a lot of black people that are not going to have that either because they don't want the black people to have anything. They're niggly, and they know that. Okay? It's not just white people who don't want black people to have anything, because a lot of white people don't have a lot of things from a lot of white people. And y'all fucking know it too. Same thing about black people. A lot of us don't have a lot of things because of our own goddamn selves. This is one of them. So I'm being clear about everything. Yes, we should have more than what the hell we are getting. But at the same time, they make us into the savage nature of people to make it seem like, you know, they force us not to have more, or we can do more but cause more harm to ourselves because what we need. You have to have a clear consciousness what's going on to how this is being, you know, manipulated towards us in our community. We have to know how to build our future. We have to know how to build our resources. You have people that are resourceful out there for a lot of HBCU schools, but you guys have egoism. You're too damn stupid with this. Just wake up. Stop with the egos, bro. Stop with the niggly conceptions and put that shit to the side. You cannot build a league of our own if we'll keep devouring it individually and unified. Besides, the conversation has the same acknowledgement, whether it's the perception or whether you are hearing it. It has to stop, but we have to continue to become. And this is not just for black people, just the ones who really want to see the HBCU thing actually become what it should have already been. Just as significant as any other conference, just as significant as any other program, whether you want it to be significant or not. It's fine enough for everybody else to accommodate it or not. But if it's not into that type of realm, then yeah, of course, it's not significant at all. And there's no way in hell everybody's going to accept that. And I do believe that there are many players in these programs and coaches that deserve this type of credit, acknowledgement, and you would want that. You would want to give these coaches and administrators the acknowledgement, but not all of them deserve it because not all of them not doing the right goddamn thing. Get the legal shit together. Stop going in court as dead individuals, even if you're a black person. Go to court as an alive individual. Do the right documentation together to get this stuff really pushing. It's a lot of legal stuff behind this reality conception of this narrative that what would it take for HBCUs to become a league of their own. It's a lot of research you got to do. And I do know this from actually having my own case that I did with NCAA. It took me 3.5 years to go through that, and I know what to do now. So just having this acknowledgement and just trying to emphasize this to people and youngins, it's kind of hard. And even administrators that are at the HBCU schools that I do work with, not the administrators, but the coaches, it's kind of hard because not everybody have the conscience of law at the same emphasis as being a coach. You have some out there, they play their part. I'm not an ass kisser. I don't play that shit. I think you deserve your answers as you are coming because that's not always. And I do believe that a lot of the HBCU programs deserve that. The coaches, the cheerleaders, the mothers, the fathers, despite their color. And it needs to happen. If you're making it happen for other programs that never had an establishment at all, it's damn sure that time for you to start establishing the right acknowledgement of people who came, despite their identification, came from these football programs, who've done wonders. You know, they shouldn't have to be a one thing wonder like Tennessee State got the damn league of their own. They got a team of their own, and Fisk got a gymnastic team of their own, not a league of Tennessee State with Fam and Bethune and all that stuff going D1, and not a league of their own like Fisk gymnastics team with Fam and Bethune and Grambling State and Southern. Like that's a league, not just one team. That's tokenism. Man, that is so beneath our fucking feet. I know a lot of people don't like my conversation or me talking, but the more you get to know who I am, the more you'll really conversate with me. And knowing that I ain't on this bullshit like a lot of these podcasters be. Facts. So check out my article. I'm gonna put the link to it. It's gonna be on there right after I get done with this right here. Like, subscribe, post, put it out. I just hope you guys enjoy this podcast session. And also, I'm looking forward to getting to the next one. Emphasize that about the direction of college football, and most definitely the historical Black College University. So, guys, check this out. Like I say, like, share, comment. Show your boy some love.